Hello, everybody. Sunday afternoon. Have to have this talk. Jason Kenney again. Busy bee. And we absolutely have to have this talk about what he just spit out with Miss Mendez there, talking about how he's going to put sanctions on the USA. We have to talk about the facts here, about our resources, exactly what we trade with the USA, how that impacts just specifically Alberta versus how we impact the United States, specifically individual states of the 50. Alberta has now over 80% of their trade goes to USA. It's been like that since USMCA. We went up considerable notch. Alberta is USA's number one trading partner. We're also with the United States, doesn't matter which state you go by or what transactions you do, Alberta has a positive trade balance with only the United States of America. Any other country through Canada, the country we are a part of, we absolutely have a negative trade balance with all other trading partners. A trade war with the United States will not lead to anything that's going to impact anything of any significance here except for hurt Albertans even further. Jason Kenney's proposals, well, guess what, Albertans? Besides big tech, besides big machinery, big parts, and massive tooling that absolutely bolsters all our manufacturing here in Alberta, and our mining and everything else is all purchased from the United States. Without that, our critical primary industries, our critical saving grace companies right here in Alberta would be down the toilet. There is no major impact of a trade war except for to devastate our primary sector GDP even further. That's what generates wealth for Alberta and the rest of Canada. Our trade sanctions should not be applied against the United States of America. Jason Kenney has no authority whatsoever with the federal government of the United States. It's not our sovereign, it's not our issue. Our issue is the fact that we are Alberta, in a country, our sovereign, called Canada, a tidewater country that absolutely imposes drastic trade sanctions and embargoes against Alberta. This has been going on for a very, very long time. And now Jason Kenney stands up as Premier and says it's the United States' fault that we're trade embargoed and sanctioned by Ottawa, that we have over 80% of everything we make traded with the USA. Monopoly. Monopoly all. If you want to get your products out on the world market, you must transfer them across the provinces to your nearest tide water in your country regions. From there, it must go on a ship and get shipped out to the world market. There's rules on that. Landlocked Alberta doesn't understand these rules. The rules are size of ship, capacity of ship, and the ports that you furbish to allow other countries to come and receive your products if you don't deliver. Just like a pizza place. You order in or you go pick up. We don't have the ability here in Canada because none other than our federal government in our own country. Do you really believe it's America's fault in this monopoly system where they have established all those trade routes, operated all these ports, and dine in, pick up or deliveries available, but when you go to Canada, none of it's available. Means you have to go there and consume the product right there. Well, that's not what any country wants. That's not what the consumer worldwide wants. Look no further than the federal government. That's your issue here. You want to sanction somebody? Sanction Ottawa, Jason. Get off the crazy train. Quit the absolute bankruptcy of Alberta. You are the number one reason we are in the devastated economic condition Alberta's in today. It is absolutely the fault of none other than your premier, as it was Rachel Notley before him, Albertans. You have to wake up now. The world doesn't work the way you want it to just because somebody says, oh, I don't like how this works. Fix, fix, fix. We have to fix it. We have to hold our provincial leader accountable because he has to fix it. That means turning off the taps legislation until we get the gross trade embargoes and sanctions that have been placed upon us now for almost 5 years. You can't trade Canada's products on the European market without Suez Max. Do we have Suez Max in our trade fleets, Albertans? No, we don't. Do we have 2 million plus capacity tankers that's been enacted in law since January 1st, 2020? Do we have those? Oh, no, we don't. So without any of that, we can't leave our coastal waters. And why is that? Because of Justin Trudeau's Bill C-48 and C-69. None of the pipelines we have built are in any way, shape, or form deep capacity. Meaning we can't leave our coast, you guys. We can only transcend all the way around the borders of North America, but we can never leave them. We can never leave them. This has to get shared out. If you can't share this out and get this out, that you're being absolutely manipulated by none other than the biggest, fattest liar in Alberta's history today, besides his predecessor, Rachel Notley, is absolutely Jason Kenney. And here's another news flash. You want to talk about trade and realism and the Green New Deal or the globalist agenda that's not conspiracy, and you can all right now look this up. A hydrogen economy and pipeline hydrogen and changing all your products, guess what? Again, you can't leave your continent. So unless your number one trading partner, USA, the monopoly, wants to adopt a hydrogen economy, you don't have anyone to buy it because you can't ship those kinds of products out on the ocean. You can't even pipeline them out to the ocean. Did you know that? Welcome to reality. Welcome to the reality of the inefficiency of hydrogen. Sorry, it just is. There is no shipping out on the ocean with hydrogen. It's highly volatile. It's not to be used on the ocean waters. They won't even upgrade ships to it. They talk about it. But the world authority on that, which again incorporates the USA as one of 5 countries who decide those things through the International Maritime Organization, haven't got there yet. And it's not likely they may ever will. Because to make hydrogen efficient, you need massive, massive solar power that has to be stable and provided for at only key months of the year. Canada, with your winter climate, will solar enabling any kind of monetary value of hydrogen be realized in our climate? When we absolutely are in a winter season, which rocks our fall, which rocks our spring. That's the reality here, everybody. For most Canadians, this is your geographical condition, your weather pattern that isn't going anywhere. Hydrogen is not going to be realized unless you want to make it so that over 85% of your population is without resource. That's what we're talking about here. This isn't fake. This isn't baloney. This is real world experts in all agreement that this is not a viable option. And anyone in Canada telling you that's a viable option or any option available right now can replace fossil fuels is a liar. We'd have to subsidize it to such a great point. You have to transfer your wealth away from all the good people in order to enact these things, meaning you're all going to be debt enslaved, poor, miserable third world country subjects. That's what they're leading you to. Do you think any of these policies that are mythical at this point, theoretical, mythical, what's in front of you right now is only hydro if you're designed for it? Well, last time I checked, there's only one place in Canada that operates the proper amount of hydro to be stable for world market, which again is only able to be traded to the USA. Now we could get into batteries, we could mine all that, we could convert Alberta's oil field into mining for batteries, possibly sell that out and storing energy that way. Maybe that's an option, I don't know. But I don't see how that addresses all the people of Canada or makes the life of all Canadians any better. This is reality. It's in real economics, in real trade, global trade, backed up by the greatest minds of Bloomberg. I know it's not any of the minds in Alberta, Canada, because they've all blocked me. I'm blocked. I'm more than accepted on the world stage, but I'm absolutely blocked right here in Alberta because I don't sell the lie by foreign special interests that want all of you to know. That's what they want you to learn and know. They pay your academics right here in Alberta, Canada, who don't have any kind of international foreign relations here. Not even with the States, not at all. You're being lied to. You're being politically manipulated through your academics locally. They pump out all these things that are not in Canada's interests or even in the realm of possibility out on the world. And your biggest enemy by far is your provincial elected official and your absolute king of Canada, Justin Trudeau. Those are your biggest enemies. Donald Trump, Joe Biden, nope. America First is a law. It's not a Donald Trump creation. It's a law that's been around for more than 70 years. Both Joe Biden and Donald Trump's parents voted for it. Make America first. Get out on that world stage. Lead, lead, lead. Make sure there's no tax evaders globally. You're an American citizen. You will pay to the system of America till death do us part. An IRS that follows you right out on the world stage, no matter where you go or where you operate. Once you become American or you're born American, you never escape your duties to your country. Not the same for Canada. None of that exists. A wealthy class exists for Canadian select few alone. And they get to go out on that world stage and operate any which way they like. And when they come back for the citizen of Canada's blood. And there's no accountability for that. That's called Canada Last. Our biggest enemy is not the United States. Any trade embargoes or sanctions or anything we do to the United States will only speed up the rate of destruction, which is absolutely championed by none other than Justin Trudeau and Jason Kenney. There's a monumental amount of economics released and publications even here locally, that are now starting to show all of you that Jason Kenney isn't correct. Rachel Notley are not correct. And absolutely Justin Trudeau, Aaron O'Toole, and Jagmeet Singh are not correct. They're absolutely attempting to speed up the destruction of the Canadian people, specifically targeting first and foremost Alberta, to take away everything you own and are ever going to own. And if you don't believe that, I don't know what to tell you. If you don't share this out, it's you who's destroying the country. It's you who can't see the gross threat that is right in front of you. His name's Jason Kenney. And on the flip is his absolute leader, Justin Trudeau. Sorry, everybody. This is fact, not fiction, backed up in real economics and geopolitical economic worldwide. That's reality. It's right in front of you. Your biggest enemies are Jason Kenney and Justin Trudeau. This is my Sunday report. Take it as you want. This is absolutely fact, not fiction. Share, share, share. Don't be fooled by the absolute false narrative of Jason Kenney and Justin Trudeau, who only exist for foreign interest and who are absolutely trying to destroy what little you have left. Check out what I'm talking about. America supplies most of our essential needs that drive our primary industry. They've been an absolute beautiful, brilliant trading partner and have absolutely yielded our only positive trade balance for ourselves. There is no positive trade balance out there. And we don't have the infrastructure in place because our country put up the sanctions and the trade embargoes against the province of Alberta. Nobody else. I know.